Hi, I'm Paul Brodie, back in the shop. Mitch behind the cameras. Look what I got in the mail. It looks like a McKinney Cobb, but it's not. I fear it's a knockoff. It's made in China. It looks okay, but when I undid the thread, I can tell that it's not a nice thread. And anyway, it cost me $80, $62 US, including shipping and everything right to my door. So I can't really complain about the price. We'll see how it works. I can always get a real McKinney later. Can do an upgrade. So that's going on. So on the brake hub, I did something. Mitch has a couple background photos. This is where the torque stay goes on to. And there's a bolt that goes in there. It's a 10mm bolt. So I went shopping. I went to my local fastener shop, and these are 10mm. This is a 10.9. It's a little bit stronger. This one is 8.8, but it's still strong. And what I like about this is that it's got, I think that's called a shank. If I'm wrong, you'll tell me I know. So you see what happens here? Goes through like that. And what I did is I cut this down so it fits. I like it that it comes through and it's not just the thread there. This is better, and it's a strong bolt. So what I did is I set it up in the mill. I could have ground it, I could have filed it, but this has to be smaller. And it only goes in one way because the hole is slightly offset. See how that fits in like that? No, actually, is that the right way? Nope. There we go. That's how it fits. So it doesn't go the other way. So I was on the mill for about an hour trying to make that as accurate as possible. So that's good. I'm happy with that. And I want to show you about the torque arm because I worked on that. So this is what I thought I was going to make. But what happens is the brake cable has to go in there. So on the last one, what was on the bike is this. Can you see how this works? This is the cable mount. So everything is integral. Everything lines up. And you can see here, it's a little sticky. It hasn't been used for a long time. Everything is all lined up here. So what happens here is that I don't have any of that. This goes like this. I'll set this up really quickly here. Okay, so we've got the same sort of thing happening here with the linkage, but I don't have any kind of a stop here. So this comes up like this, and I have to put a stop up here. And it's not as simple as you might think, because because the cable has to fit on and go around certain parts of the forks, like the fender and things like that. So let's have a little look over here, and I'll show you what I was doing. I set this up so that this is vertical here, and this is the brake cable, and I think it wants to come through here. Can you see how there's a hole through the fender there? Because what I want, see this rod here? This is the rod that links up these, and I want the cable to be in line with this, because if you have it like that or whatever, it's not going to look good. You want them to be parallel with each other. So I was mucking around here yesterday, and I took this. See, there's a cable end, and I put it in here, and then I brought it up through here. And if you look on the other side, you can see that I did felt pen marks. Can you see the felt pen marks? See how I've got that like that? And this is basically in line. Can you see on the inside here, I've got felt pen marks. So that's where I want the I want the cable mount to be. At first I thought this was going to be one piece, and it would go like this. Can you see how that fits on like that? There we go. I thought that was going to be one piece, but this gets much more complex because the adjuster for the brake cable, it goes in at an angle, and it's right in between there. So I'm going to make one piece here. So I've started on that, and I've marked the hole. So why don't we drill the hole and tap it, and we'll put in the adjuster, and we'll see how the cable fits. I think that's a good first step. So you can see how this all fits. It's a little complex in a way because of the angles involved, but we can do this. So I'm going to take off this piece, and we'll look at it on the bench. I've drawn some lines, and it looks like that's where that wants to go. So we're going to go over to the milling machine. I'll set this up, and we'll drill a hole and tap it, and then this can go back on. I have to take off some metal here because that's where the fork goes. That's why when I marked it out, I had it this way, just to add a little bit of complication. So we're going to mark that out and drill and tap 8mm thread, and then we'll see how it works. Oh, I didn't tighten it enough. Okay. I also held this at a slight angle like that, so it takes more off the bottom. So we'll see how we get. Do we have a space? Oh yeah, we got space at the bottom. So I got to do a little bit of hand filing in there. That's going to be fine. So what's going to happen, I believe, is this goes on like that, and then I have to attach this onto here, probably small Allen screws or something like that. I'll figure that out in this week. Not going to do it right now. Okay, so we're going to switch this over now. We're going to arc those linings like we talked about last episode. So I'll take this off. We'll set the linings back up. Then we'll go to the lathe, and we'll have the vacuum cleaner and all that.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, let's get this guy. There we go.
There we go.
Wow, that's not easy.
I found my trims. Last episode, I made a couple, and they were 15 thou. And then in my green toolbox over here, I found the shims that I made previously, and they're 19 thou. So I don't think I used both of them. So we're going to start out using one pair of 19 thou shims. Can always add a shim. If I put in both of them, I can't take it away. So okay. Okay, so I'm going to measure now. That's an oldie, eh? So we're at 7.867. We'll go 865. We'll do a little check here. Yep, 7.865. And now, if we measure this, not a whole lot to come out really, because we're at 7.890. That's interesting. I thought there was going to be a lot more to come out. Okay. So we're going to use the arbor. I'm taking a felt pen and I'm going to mark the linings, because otherwise it gets hard to see what I'm cutting and what I'm not cutting. So this will tell me what's going on. So first thing I do is to have the chuck spinning round, and we'll touch the tool bit very, very lightly. Emphasis on lightly. Can you see what I see? It's taken off a bunch of the lining here, and on the other side you can see it's left a little bit there, and on the other side I don't think it's hardly even touched. So one of the linings was a little heavier than the other one. I guess we'll take another cut. All right, so the other side is just starting to touch now, right there. Oh, we're at 85, 885, and we want to go down to 7.865. So we don't have that much to come off. And I'm going to take cuts of 5 thou. It's a small cut, but I don't want anything to go wrong here. So this should be a little bit smaller now. So that's at 55. And when I take out the shim, it's going to go in 19 thou. So we're good. I think that worked out pretty nicely. We got full contact on the linings. They slip in there. And when I take out the shim, there's going to be a little bit more gap. I'm happy. We're having a sale on our merchandise. We have lots of stuff. 18% off between now and Christmas. It's a good time to buy. So that's a wrap for today. I'm going to work on the brake mount this week, and I'll have more to show you next episode. Thanks for watching. Mitch and I like coffee. If you buy us coffee, it helps a lot. Take care. See you next time.